Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday, the 29th of September. So, looking at the euro dollar first, and well, seeing a little blip up yesterday, pushing up, may look like it's got some potential on the shorter time frame. It did yesterday, yeah. And actually it run up to its 21. I was looking for the 21, maybe a move now up to the 34 if we can break this 21 moving average on the 4 hourlies there. So that's where we're looking at the moment. It did come up a little bit short of the daily pivot, so any reversals, I'd expect it to come back towards that and probably through it if it does start reversing. Quite a flat old line it's been sitting in there, just consolidating. We're seeing a bit of a bigger bar at the moment. This could be, well, it may just run into that 100 and sort of the prior highs of the bodies there, or even just pitch into that 100 MA and have a reaction. We'll see, but there is the potential for further upside in the short term at least. It's not looking wonderful overall, but it did put a higher low in yesterday. It was confirmed by the break of the previous day's intraday high there, or after evening high. So at the moment, possibly more upside here. It's, as I say, quite difficult with it being flat as well. So we'll see how that runs, but erring more bullish than bearish at the moment, marginally. But the bigger picture, I think there may be still a correction to the downside. The pound, well, pound's seeing a bit of a bounce at the moment. Let's just come out of the time frames here and look at what's happening. So the pound yesterday is also put in a, not quite a key reversal, but put in a decent reversal buy yesterday in the end. You see this last, more recent 4 hourly bar. It's put a marginal divergence for that as well, sort of sitting through on that 4 hourly, but then thereafter we've seen, well, it's slowing down. It's retraced a little bit at the moment, but looking like, again, looking like it may want to push back up. The one thing I guess that you'd be looking at is the lower highs, lower lows that we've been seeing up until now, especially on the 4 hourly. However, we've broken the trend line that sits there, maybe easily seen by that 50 moving, white 50 moving average. And it's broken that, it's come back, it's tested it at the moment, it's just, well, retested it this morning through the light volume. It's no surprise to see a bit of drift. There's a potential for a bit of continuation here again, and as I said, we're seeing it with the euro. Looks like it's the foundation of it maybe this morning for the pound as well. Potential push up towards yesterday's highs. That if we can break yesterday's highs, well, that 200 moving average on the 60 there would certainly look like a potential target for sure. Okay, that's the pound. The dollar yen. So let's just come back to time frames. Dollar yen. Well, yesterday, well, there was a sort of divergence in a day before. Okay, yesterday saw the sell-off from that divergence, but already halfway back up again. Softening a little bit this morning, even as I look now. Just push up to the higher time frames here. You can see at lower time frames here. So the 60-minute is just run back to its 60 moving average and just rolling over. Bit of a mixed picture here because, of course, the 60, 50 and the 200 still pointing upwards. So the trend is still really to that upside, but at the moment it's just testing the underside. It's broken some trend lines yesterday as it sold off. It broke the trend line from the lows here through. It may be this is the resistant point, and it may come back and run back towards yesterday's low, that 200, maybe even down to its S1, but it's certainly looking like it may be putting a reversal in at the moment, short intermediate time. Aussie dollar. So looking at the, just on a weekly time frame, which is not shown here, I'm just looking at another chart, and it's just bouncing off its weekly 21. It's got the potential bit more of a move from that, I guess, with the other markets. If the correlation sticks there, this too could push up a little bit further. Just watching it across, it's certainly got the potential back towards that 21 as we're sitting it here, maybe a bit more. Let's look at the 60-minute there. Yep, we're just bouncing off the daily pivot. So again, got the potential for a sort of bigger push. We're seeing this, as I say, consolidation, a bit like the euro in terms of consolidation and a bigger bar, and that's certainly what we're seeing here at the moment. And I can see the euro's pushing up as I'm talking here as well, pushing up quite strongly, as is the pound. So maybe a bit of dollar weakness coming through this morning. Finally, let's look at the Canadian dollar. And again, you can see that on the 60-minute time frame there. Daily wise, it's put a shooting star in there into that 200, daily 50 moving average. Just short of the monthly pivot. Still got the potential. Well, I guess it'd have to do it today if it's going to do it to get up to that monthly pivot. It hasn't touched it, but this reversal may just keep it clear. It's had the two bars up. It's a bit like the old bed frame actually. Bedstead. It could be rolling back over here. Those two bars up in between there and running back towards the 21. Maybe a bigger correction here. Missed it again, missed the pivot. So any reversals and change of plan, change of plan, but change of movement through the morning, could see that as a target. Again, that may just provide a bit of initial resistance, but this pattern at the moment is sort of bear flaggish, and it does look like it may roll some more. So that's where we are at the moment with the markets. News-wise today, we've got the UK current account coming out at 9:30. It's not a big mover. Final GDP data coming out there as well. So that rarely changes. In fact, I'm not too sure. Actually, we had a couple of changes in the last few quarters. Back in September and December 2016, actually. So we may get a positive change, but it's rarer than anything else. Beyond that data coming out, then the monthly CAD GDP coming through. There's a CPI, European CPI flash estimate at 10 o'clock. We've already seen some of the build up to that data, so I'm not expecting massive movements there, but it may get some volatility at 10 o'clock. We've got Carney speaking at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and there's before that there's an MPC member, Broadbent, speaking. I'm not too sure what time. It's not on the system at the moment, but okay, they're both. I assume he's speaking at let's just check. They're due to participate in a panel discussion titled "The Future of Central Bank Independence." So yeah, I think these speakers, they're just finishing off this 20 years of independence. I would be surprised if there'd be too much more beyond that. Right, coming from that. So that is pretty much it. 4 o'clock, we've got a FOMC speaker, Harker, speaking. So, okay, it's financial technology. So maybe a small one. So there you go, a few speakers. Unlikely to do too much there. As I said, the GDP and the Canadian GDP is a monthly figure, comes out monthly. Maybe get a little minor volatility at 1:30. That's pretty much it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.